Weekly update time, and it's hot, 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 hot. Let's do this. Weekly news. Hi there guys, Sam here. Welcome to another video where I'm going through the weekly news, and today I'm going to talk a little bit around used car prices for Golf R, Mk8 Golf R, Mk8 GTIs. That seems to be the main topic on my channel these days. And yeah, a little bit around London congestion zone as well, just about charges on that and how that can affect people. So I will get straight into the video really. So as we hit the obligatory traffic, I've turned the vents off just for a second, so I will start to cook in about 2 minutes. So first thing I wanted to talk about was used car prices for Golf R. So we're in a bit of a time actually where it's quite interesting, and I've read something this morning actually, and it's just showing how basically, nice Ferrari over there, demand is outstripping supply for used cars. So if you're actually in a used car, you're actually doing pretty well. Your value of the car is actually held very strong, and you know, maybe for me and for you guys, it's not the main idea to sort of rush into a new car. If you've got a used car, hold on to it, I'd say. You know, like my car for example, is it really worth the justification to upgrade and spend so much more money when they're doing so well on values, you know? And I personally could have this car forever, and I am really enjoying it. I could potentially foresee it, you know, in the even more long term. You know, I've had it just over 3 years. Why not have it for an awful lot longer? The reason why I mentioned this briefly is because, and sort of combining it with what I was talking about, London congestion zone charge crap. Unfortunately, where I work in London, I was always outside the congestion zone, but as of next year in October, I'm going to be inside the congestion zone. So yeah, basically I'm going to get charged for driving into work. Now, weirdly, and I'll show this on screen on the government's website, it says, oh yeah, this will give you enough time to buy your electric vehicle. And I was like, well, hang on. Even if I sold this car, electric vehicles are around 30 to 35 grand. So I'm not going to be spending like 20 grand to save myself £5–10, whatever the new charge is going to be. It's just not worth it. And it's a bit, they're just forcing people into something which no one's really ready for just yet. The infrastructure's just not there. Battery technology isn't there yet. I'm sure it will all get there, but today it's not. I'll just knock it into eco, make it a little bit quieter. So a lot of you guys are sitting in a used car right now, I'd imagine. Well, yes, as soon as you drive away a car, it's straight away used. And I just think, hold on to it for the long term. That's the best thing for the environment anyway, to save someone buying a new, buying and building and going through that sort of problems, and that's a better way to save the environment personally. So I wanted to combine that a bit with London's stupid congestion zone charge thing. And interestingly, the extension means that if you work in central London and you have to get there from outside, you'll actually end up paying twice, which is, you know, quite funny. But I guess if you have the funds, it's not going to be the biggest deal for you. You know, if you drive it, you know, most people who live in London, well, not everyone who works in London, to be fair, because they commute from outside, it is very expensive. But yeah, with used car prices holding up. It's a nice one, looks like a CLA 45 over there. I think it is anyway, not too sure. It's certainly got some sort of front aero kit anyway. Yeah, so my advice, well, I'd like to know what you think. Used cars, stick with them, or go for the new. Yeah, so that's down used car prices, holding their value really well. Difficult to buy because price is a little bit higher. But yeah, it's good to know across the board. And if you're looking for a used Golf R, you can still probably get them anywhere between sort of £15,000 and £20,000. But it's just, you know, the type of driving style that car's going to have to endure. Yeah, it's just difficult to get them used. You have to have a little bit of pot luck really. But well worth getting. So yeah, so that was on the weekly news, a little bit about the used car prices, which is good for everyone. I've spoken a little bit about London congestion charge. Let's talk about the Mk8 GTI, because I did a video over the weekend. It did really, really well. It was a little bit off another German YouTube channel. I kind of, I watched that, used a little bit of other information that I gathered, and yeah, spelt it out for everyone there. I think it's exciting. You know, it's good that they're still making these type of cars. It's an iconic car. They haven't gone big power. I think that's reserved for the R, isn't it? And it's just going to be interesting to see what it's like, basically. I think it's always got that great sort of, as I said in that video, I think it's a cool little thing. Will it upstage the Mk8 Golf R? Not really. I'm really interested to know the price differences between those two cars, how VW are going to market it, because the R is becoming quite a bit more of a strong brand now, as they're introducing it into the Tiguan, the T-Roc, obviously the Arteon. There's lots of brands now with the full fat R, lots of models within VW. So where they're going to position the Mk8 Golf R is going to be really interesting to me. If it's £1,000 or £2,000 more than a Golf GTI, base Golf GTI to a base Golf R, which I don't think it will be, that's interesting. As you can't get a manual in a Golf R in the UK anyway, I've heard it is going to be available in the US, just due to demand. They seem like their manuals, I know they buy a lot of Porsche manuals as well, and they sort of brought that back in. That was why Porsche actually reintroduced a lot of the manuals to their models. Big seller in the US. And so there probably, I don't think there will be a manual Golf R in the UK. I think it'll be DSG 5-door. So is there going to be sort of a £4,000 or £5,000 difference between the Mk8 GTI and the Mk8 Golf R? That's a fair amount, and that's worth considering, basically. Regardless, I think it's good that VW bringing out these models. I hope you've checked out those videos, and please do check out my last two videos over the weekend if you haven't already. And it's just sort of like, this video is a bit more casual. It's just sort of like a little update of what I've seen. I tried to keep it on a Monday evening. I've said in the past, Mondays, never really the happiest with work and all that. So as I change lanes, that's the update really. So let me know your thoughts in the comments on that kind of stuff, used Golf Rs and just used car prices in general. We're on, the 10th of August today. Cracking on with the year. Another nice Golf with painted red hubcaps. So it doesn't have discs at the back, it doesn't look like, or something. Anyway, exciting times. I'm hoping to hear more. I'm going to hopefully in the next month or two we'll hear something more about the Mk8 Golf R, and from there we'll get road tests and stuff. But the GTI is certainly going to appear. We might start seeing a few later this year, now that all the road tests and stuff have really started coming out. So exciting times on that front. And due to London congestion charge, I just wanted to mention that. I don't know if anyone is affected on my channel. And thanks for the support as well. There's over 1,200 of you now subscribed to the channel. I think I've had well over 550,000 views across the channel, which is great. And it seems like everyone's enjoying it, so great stuff. So there you go. Thanks very much for watching. I'm going to cruise on back home, and I'll see you again next time. Cheers, guys.